What's this? OGR knows the NBA? Yeah, not a super NBA aficionado, but I can hold my own. Either way, we're going to rebut a tweet. Yes, a tweet Skip Bayless said today. And with no further ado, let's get into it.
OGR.
So first off, we're obviously going to start with the tweet. How can you rebut somebody unless you cover what they said? Hey LeBron, can you imagine Michael Jordan desperately maneuvering to acquire Anthony Davis, then even more desperately pursuing the guy who has now won 2 finals, MVPs, and 2 Defensive Players of the Year? No, MGA did not need or want 2 other top 5 players. Sorry. To me, this is absolutely absurd. Because, one, nobody does it alone. Right then and there, I see somebody who says, hey, Michael Jordan did it alone. Michael Jordan didn't have anybody. No, Michael Jordan had Hall of Famer. 2 Hall of Famers to be exact. One being a Hall of Fame coach, Phil Jackson, and the other being a Hall of Fame player, and Scottie Pippen. And before Scottie Pippen had gotten there, Michael Jordan was just a great scorer. That's it. Obviously, he improved throughout his career, obviously became an excellent defender and whatnot. But that's what great players do. They play with other great players and other role players, and they elevate their game. Michael Jordan elevated everybody on his team, including Scottie Pippen. But Jordan wouldn't have done it without Pippen. Jordan would not have 6 rings without Pippen. And before LeBron had even left Cleveland the first time, what player did he play with that comes anywhere close to Scottie Pippen? The answer is none. No star does it alone. Kobe had Shaq. Kawhi had Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. Duncan had Parker and learned from Robinson, obviously, the general. Then you had Bird, who had McHale and Parrish. No star does it alone. Every star does it with some sort of super team. May it be 1 star, 2, or 3. It doesn't matter. Nobody does it alone. Just because we call super teams now super teams, they were super teams back in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s. However far you want to go back, you can find a super team. Either guys that have dominated for a long period of time, like the Celtics in the 80s, the Lakers of the 80s and 90s, 80s as well, or the Bulls of the 90s, or even the Golden State Warriors now. You can find a super team no matter where you look. Even the Toronto Raptors this year were a super team. Yes, Kawhi had a lot to do with it, but every star wants to play with other stars. And to sit there and say, oh, Michael Jordan would have never. No, I don't care that you covered him, Skip. You do not know that. If it's free agency is the way it is now, and Jordan had access to the internet back then with Twitter and all its other great, YouTube and all the other BS, you don't think Jordan would have taken advantage of it? Absolutely he would. But you can't compare apples and oranges that far apart because you do not know. I do not care if you cover. Well, I don't care the fact that you did cover Michael Jordan because you do not know. The fact of the matter is, all stars want to play with other stars, period, and build a dynasty and build to something and win championships. That is the point of this sport. And to knock LeBron for wanting to play with the best of the best, it's just idiotic. There's no way to explain it. Everybody plays with greatness, and you just don't even have to stick with basketball to see that. To make a tweet like this, obviously you're trying to draw attention to Undisputed. But either way, it's been one giant rebuttal. Please like and subscribe. And Ethan, take me home.
Go Big Blue.